Okay, this better be working. Thank you. I can see it working now. Hello. I got my webcam up for this one. Sorry, this is not no Google. Nobody said anything to you. Please stop. This is not a 1v1 video. I did read all your comments and everything, and I do plan on making a video for that, like 1v1 with commentary and everything, but how do I say this without sounding like an asshole? The average Joe in the battle arena is not um much of a challenge. Um, and I don't want to make a one-sided stomp for like 1v1 commentary. So I might hit up some of my friends that I know that play that are really good at the game who can kick my ass and get some recording done there. But yeah, um, this is so I was watching Frosty stream earlier today, or rather yesterday. Whoops. Um, I left my water over there. Oh well. And he was talking about rewards for PvP for the new arena system coming out, which is supposed to be the end of January, according to their post not so long ago. So I was curious as to why people were against it because there apparently were a lot of people who were not happy about like people even suggesting that you can make money doing PvP, which is bonkers to me. Coming from World of Warcraft, which is in a shit state now, but you could progress through the game via PvP if you wanted. That was well, sometimes you could. But yeah, progressing through PvP has like been a thing. BDO is much more PvP oriented than World of Warcraft. It makes no sense that you can't or shouldn't be able to. So I was curious as to what people's. I'm sorry, my hair is ridiculous. It's distracting. Whatever. I was curious as to why people were against it, so I made this post on Reddit to see what some of the comments would be, and we're gonna go through some of this basically. And yeah, Miss Farming Decent Silver, we're having fun playing Shadow Arena. I responded to this, which people didn't like. I hated Shadow Arena because it took BDO's PvP and essentially threw it out the window for whatever the fuck garbage that was. But it did have really good rewards, which too good rewards in my opinion, which is why everybody was doing it. This guy said he loved the combat because it wasn't a one-shot fiesta. Um, I'm sorry, there was nothing good about that combat in my opinion. It was terrible. But I know a lot of people liked Shadow Arena, and Shadow Arena was PvP. So why don't people want PvP rewards? Is it because they have a bad memory of Shadow Arena with all the exploiters and cheaters and stuff going on, or what? Um, this guy's concerned about the exploiting, which isn't it. It shouldn't be. That shouldn't be an argument. The devs should just do it right and ban all the cheaters and stuff, ideally. But it is unfortunately a reasonable um, concern. I responded to this. I said, hackers they hack other parts of the game too, right? It's not like that's not a valid argument against this sort of thing. And I said it's 200 mil an hour, so around, winning, losing, and everything. Um, you're really gonna exploit for that? You can just go grind orcs. Um, yeah. I actually missed this. You've only addressed hacking, but what about other forms of exploits? I've mentioned like win trading. Win trading will exist no matter what we do, but that is up to the devs again to crack down on. How would you track a match to know if someone is really bad at PvP or if they're just actively win trading? I'm not a developer. I can't answer that, but I do know that in World of Warcraft, which they can track their arenas, they crack down on win trading pretty hard. I remember there used to be it was a while ago, maybe Legion or pre-Legion, I'm not sure, but there was a blue post about them like cracking down on win trading and from what I understand, they got rid of most of it. Again, it's up to the devs to deal with. That's not an us problem. Um, make RBF how to fix silver in PvP. First make RBF Q pops once every or once full and fills for fun. Second, make RBF give a box with gold bars, Caffers, RBF seals, elixirs worth about 50 mil per match. Make win and loss the same. That very much encourages people to just sit there and do nothing. If prices drop, adjust this accordingly. Add an additional reward and choose a Shaka 2 box on the daily for an RBF win. No. 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 Or 2 losses completed twice daily. Makes it so you need to get 2 kills or 2-point captures to obtain rewards for RBF participation. No. The DP players now they have to just capture a point, and maybe point captures. I get this is to encourage or discourage AFKing in the thing, but maybe something like this, but not maybe just captures. I don't know. Finally, kick people for sitting in the spawn for more than a minute, yes, and give them a 30-minute deserter debuff an hour, and allow people to report AFKers through tickets with video evidence. Sure. I mean, you can already do that, can't you? That's almost 200 mil an hour. In addition, 200 Caffers dozen 200, still much less than orcs. Lol. You know, guilds can just cycle RBFs, and can they though? I mean, technically speaking, yes, they can, but if PvP rewards all of a sudden become decent and everyone's doing PvP, good fucking luck getting all your homies into the same RBF and on the same team. Although I guess he said make win loss the same, so it doesn't matter. Then we get to the good stuff. PvP is the reward. Really? I like PvP, sure. I enjoy it. But really, I said this is a joke, right? Which apparently people didn't like. This guy who has an actual well thought out post at some other point. No, that seems to be the basic design philosophy. Players are not supposed to like that, really. We're not supposed to like PvP. They do like rewards after all, but it seems like a reasonable decision, even when we seem recently do get a few more PvP rewards. Yeah, because they have been incentivizing PvP more because they realize it's a big part of their game. Everyone who's grinded to end game, well, what do they have to do now? It's just PvP. Like it or not, this is a PvP game. And a PvP game where PvP has no legitimate rewards makes zero sense, like at all. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. It is why PvP players play this game. There's no point in encourage anyone doing PvP activities. You either do it having fun or you don't. But why? Why can't I make money dueling people in an arena with a ranking system? Why? You still haven't explained it. Like all you PvP is the reward. We'll get to my post later because I did edits to kind of summarize some of these takes, we'll call them. Yeah, that's nothing. Oh yeah, this guy was talking about buffs costing money, so you need to make sure that the RBF rewards or whatever PvP rewards balance out. This guy's you just have a vendor sell that stuff that only works in the arenas, which is like, yeah, yep. It's just a little crazy. You can't progress via PvP in a game where PvP combat is by far the part that outshines all others. All combat in other MMOs and combat in a lot of AAA games. True. Like anyone who's ever played BDO has been like, oh, the combat's amazing, but fuck pay to win. Like Shroud has said this, Asmongold has said this, like big streamers and people like with huge followings have tried out this game and they love the combat. They just don't like the pay to win or like those sort of pay for convenience aspects, and I can't blame them for that. I'm not gonna read his the rest. Something like ranked arenas, depending on popularity during off hours, could be manipulated by players to farm gold at a higher than intended rates. Probably. And I think people already abuse RBF to see me AFK grind EXP past a certain level. Okay, if you're making 200 mil an hour in arenas, let's say you can double that by abusing it for a couple hours in the middle of the night. Great. You're still making less than I make at 287 AP going to Fogan's on Arsha, which is going to be empty at those same hours. So it doesn't make any sense. Go ahead, abuse it. I don't give a fuck. That's not a big deal. Like the devs, again, that's a dev problem. That they are the ones who need to deal with that. Which is, there's my response. If you want to read it, go ahead. I mean, by the logic, we should get rid of all PV in the game because people abuse it with piloting programs and speed hacks. True. I think some people are simply haters and don't wish others to be able to have fun and make progress at the same time. Yeah, it really seems that way. It's odd because we play video games to have fun. Yeah, progressing is fun. PvP is also fun. Why can't I do what I like in the game and progress at the same time? It doesn't make any sense. Every other game does this. They match their progression with different. So like if you play World of Warcraft, for example, and you like PvP, you can progress through PvP. You can do that. That's great. Go do PvP. Have fun. If you like raiding, you can progress through raiding. If you like Mythic Plus, you can progress through Mythic Plus. This is like the only game where like it's frowned upon. I would rather like to have some intrinsic rewards in my game. Some have made everything extrinsic. I'm not sure what this link is, and I'm not going to click on it. I might check it out like later off stream or not stream off recording. um, but I am not smart enough to know what these two words mean. I used to at some point, but I forgot. Yeah, because inflation has. Oh, I love this one. This was one of the earliest ones. Because inflation has fucked this game in every way except grinding. Okay, first of all, it's grinding that's caused the inflation. Which, okay, moving on. Adding more silver into the economy isn't good. I'll say it again. If you're making 200 mil an hour, if you're a guy who's grinding orcs all the time, but you're like, fuck orcs, I can now, who cares? I'm making less money. It's still like kind of decent money doing PvP, and I'm going to do that instead. There's less money going into the economy. It's not rocket science. Even I can figure this out. Now the devs could actually try to give a fuck and fix it, but we know that's not going to happen because it doesn't make them any money in the short term. That is actually a good point. The devs do not seem to care about long term. Instead of silver, they should add flex items. They should add both, period. Unique skins, unique pets, titles, blah, blah, blah. But these require effort too, which PA isn't very fond of. So instead, we get nothing because it's easier for them. Okay, for outfits, that's not entirely accurate. They put a lot of effort into their outfits, which is why they come out so fucking slow. And a lot of outfits that don't do well in Korea, we just don't get at all because, yeah. I'm actually just you can go play the KR version. They actually just have a bunch more outfits, and usually they're all pretty shit, and that we just don't get because they're shit. Yeah. To which I responded and said, yeah, this isn't true, and I explained the orcs to anyway. This guy is like the only guy on my side. He's out here in the trenches with me. Now PvPing should give as much silver as high-end grind spots. In a perfect world, yes, I would like that. People should be allowed to progress in the same way they like to play. But I said 200 mil an hour so that people wouldn't like freak out. Doesn't matter. My headset just cut off because it's not picking up any sound, so it's trying to save battery. Give me a second. Turn on. Come on. There we are. I don't know why I need it on. Oh shit, it's actually running out of battery. Hold up. Okay. And how would a fucking inflation minus traffic up here versus the same money for the same time in Valencia? But yeah. He's helping me out. More responses. I'm not gonna read that. That's too long. I don't think it would add more stuff because of yep. Okay. This is like one of the more well thought out factors. I disagree with it, but he explains it better. If you make PvP part of the game's reward loop, this would be bad for the motivation for the player base. I wholeheartedly disagree with that. Let's keep going. There's a psychological there is a psychological factor around linking activities to rewards that most game designers are aware of. No matter how fun your activity, if you link it to a reward loop, a player will stop with that activity immediately when there's no more reward for them to gain. Okay, the problem with this though is that unless your choice, who's like, or multi-melter or whatever, someone who just can play the game 24/7, you're not going to run out of reward to gain. This game is first and foremost a progression game. Unless you're literally no lifing it, you're not going to get to that point. Doesn't matter if they enjoyed the activity, that is just how monkey brains work. The design of BDO's grind is a means to an end. The end is PvP, so the reward loop needs to be built around PvE, while PvP is actually the player's supposed to enjoy on its own merit with a huge reward loop around it. Thus, they can't play this part of the game forever. I get what he's saying. He's the only person that's like, so far, I'm like, oh, okay, I can see what he's saying. I disagree, 100% disagree, but I at least understand what he's saying. And just agree to disagree here. If you add huge rewards to PvP, you will end up with even more players just quitting once they have our full pen accessories. I responded, explained why I disagree, and whatever. You can read it if you want. I'm not against it, but if I argue it, no further than one single instance of good silver reward they added for siege, circumvented by wind training liberating. Okay, but I know most of the like really good players. Maybe I shouldn't say most. I know a lot of the really good PvP players, and they like the challenge. And I know that they wouldn't do this sort of thing. But I know there are people who would, 100%. But win trading is that's a developer problem. Remember mappers? Yes, I do. Remember they finally got punished? Wasn't crazy though. Yeah, mappers. Any mappers in comments? Exploits are exist is a piss poor excuse to add something else that can be exploited. If the devs just do it right, then it can't be exploited. Oh, crazy! Wow. It's weird. Everyone assumes that the developers just can't do it, which I mean, they have earned that reputation. That is on them. If they could make it knit exploitable, not exploitable, at all. I love it, but we've had enough underdeveloped content in this game already. Okay. It would be great if I could make tournament while playing every action during the game, grinding brain dead at any balances, but make tournament when I made it after 1 hour. Probably the people against are the ones grinding sulfur with 300 AP. Are there people with 300 AP grinding sulfur? Really? I mean, sulfur is like, it's decent money for sure. Excuse me. RBF daily repeatable. This one's hard to understand. I'm still not sure I do. How many of those did we already have? Every couple months, another pointless thread that is blind to reality. I guess I'm just blind to reality. PvPer are a minority of the players. Develop a thing for minority equals money equals no. Could someone explain this one to me? Because I honestly don't. PvPer are a minority of the players. We're small. I got it. Yes, there's a lot more non-PvPers. Great. Develop a thing for minority equals money equals no. So we don't get the money. Got it. Understood. PvP is a strain on already shitty servers. True. Will drive up complaint on support equals money equals no. So they don't get money because people are complaining. Okay. More PvP. So from a business perspective, sure. More PvP from normies joining in will add more light on how shitty PvP or X class is, I believe, should be there, and start a flame war on why my class weak. And tons of supposed hackers / cheaters in game who really are just not gearlets. Like the person who sends tickets equals no money. There's no money there. Where's the money? balancing PvP is actually difficult. They know it. We know it. Not if you ask mooses. I'm sorry. Um, with Suck and Awaken, so many classes, it's an impossible task. It's strategy to put PvP at the back is something you do when you want. It is 4:52 in the morning. You could cut me some slack. Um, Something you want to do when you want to have fun, nothing competitive, blah, blah, blah. Great. Completely ignoring it is bad PR moves. Thus, they do bare minimum and claim to care. For them, it's a bad deal money-wise. I totally understand BDO as a grinder game that rewards you with God complex if you spend shit ton of money in your life on it. BDO is not a PvP game. Okay, one, you're just wrong. Like, it's not first. Yeah, I'll just. BDO is first and foremost a progression game. Second, a PvP game. To say it's not a PvP game at all is just wrong or you're lying. Just because something isn't easy doesn't mean it shouldn't be done. Just because it doesn't make them the most money immediately doesn't mean it shouldn't be done. By your logic, every game should just be a bad mobile game designed to milk players for money. No money means they shouldn't do it in his logic. Having arenas to showcase what classes are strong should actually make balancing easier. This is one of like I can't I don't understand how people think like it would make. I think what he's saying here is going to shine a light on how bad their balancing is, and they don't actually want to balance it. Too bad. Also, this doesn't address why we can't make money like doing it at all. Like at all. Um, just because PvP is the most popular form of content in the game doesn't mean it shouldn't be viable. It's a selfish way of thinking. Life skills, PvPers should all be to make money doing the content they love. PvP players earning silver by fighting other players. All grind lords will have so many grind spots open up, and there'll be less grinding, griefing, less duel for spots, less GVG with guilds that don't want to do that stuff, which is 100% true. Which I told him like his post kind of hard to read. I, yeah. Easy. PvP or PvE is static. The AI is always the same. The mechanics are always the same. Your rotations are always the same. Meanwhile, PvP is irregular. Every player has different playstyle attacks. You can't engage anyone the same way. PvP requires you to adapt to the span of seconds and constantly consider your surroundings. Just asking more. This doesn't answer the question at all. The question, I'll remind you, good sir, why or why not can't we earn rewards? Reasonable, decent rewards. And that doesn't answer it at all. So I don't know. Extreme PvP silver reward would have too many people trying to exploit it. God, I don't. Mappers had such an impact, I guess. Yeah, 200 mil an hour is an extreme. I make more than double that going to Hadoom Fogans, but I would like to make something decent for doing something I enjoy other than grinding. Why is this so hard for people to like understand? It drives me crazy. To me, grinding Valencia for its extreme silver reward isn't. Oh, I gotta get some water for this one. Maybe it's just like it's 5 a.m. and I'm tripping. Let me reread that. To me, grinding Valencia for its extreme silver reward is an exploit. So PvP would be an improvement. This isn't supposed to be a comedy video, but you sir are making this into one. I'm so confused. Okay. So I know my channel is dedicated mostly to pretty much PvP. I would really love to know if you have a legitimate reason as to why you don't believe it should be possible. And don't give me some problem that isn't win trading, exploiting, you know, let's just say non TO against the TOS of the game. That is a dev problem to be solved. assuming they do, why is it not okay? And I swear to God, I'm gonna fucking explode if I have to read a comment that says PvP is the reward and they're not joking. I I will lose it. You won't see me lose it because I will lose it off camera, but I will lose it. Um, I asked a legitimate question. They don't like it. Anyway, yeah. So I just want to make this video. Um, I think my comment section is generally a lot more not as dumb. I don't know how else to put it. Um, oh, before I leave off, so the first edit I did was a lot of people think it might get exploited, which is good, which that is a good enough reason as to why it shouldn't be a thing. The game already gets exploited. It's been exploited. We've seen all the fucking exploits. Like they've cracked down on that. When like, excuse me. Aside from phishing bots, what's the last exploit you've seen? I haven't seen any speed hackers or anything like that in a hot minute. Um, and right now you can earn ridiculous amounts of money going to orcs. I imagine a speed hacker in today's with like today's grinding abilities on classes and everything, going to orcs, just billions of silver, several billion, like per hour. It'd be nuts. Win trading has always been a thing in MMOs, but it's usually a very small group of players. Also, most of the high level players I don't believe would do that thing. Like I said, I know I'm very much into that community. I don't know like all of them personally or anything, but I do know a lot of them. I'd like to think that I don't believe that they do that sort of thing. Um, yeah, and we could also just have it so that like rewards are based on your rank, so you get like a certain amount of rewards. Maybe it's like a weekly reward. Um, I'll knock out all the win traders. Just get some homies. We just go knock out all the win traders. Yeah. Uh, um, we like the challenge. We just be rewarded for doing what we love. I get the concern, but about explaining that's always been in the game, and it's up to PA to make sure that doesn't happen. It's not a valid argument. It's not a valid argument as to why any good content should not have decent rewards, in my opinion. I still stand by that. It's you can say that about anything. Oh, it might get exploited. That's not an argument. Talking dries out my mouth. And the next one I got really upset because I saw that PvP is the reward. Yes. It's stupid. Imagine telling a life skill they should just be happy they get to chop trees because that's what they like doing. That's how silly you sound when you say that. That's it's stupid, isn't it? Yeah. Imagine you tell people who like grinding, like, oh yeah, that's your reward. Killing those mobs, that's the reward for you. Yeah. I get it. It is a little bit different, but it's not actually to people who actually like life skilling or people who actually like grinding. I actually like PvP. Why can't I be rewarded for that? Why is that a bad thing? Um, Even if it's like not as good as grinding or whatever, just make it, decent. Let make it comparable or what's the word? Compete. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, that's the video. If you have a legitimate reason that I didn't address here, please let me know. I would love to have, I would love some insight into people that are actually smart and not PvP is the reward. There's some of the dumbest shit I've had to read in a hot minute. So, thank you for watching. I might bring out the webcam more sometimes. It makes me self-conscious a lot, so I don't do it very often. Um, but I figured, why not? Do a few. You can see how scruffy I look and how my hair is. I don't know. It's trying to cosplay Sonic the Hedgehog or something right now. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Anyway, yeah. So again, I We'll try to make a 1v1 video at some point. I just need to get somebody to fight, somebody good. I might hit up like Yellow. I know Yellow. Many of you don't know Yellow. He's like one of the best ninjas around. Um, maybe I can get him. I haven't fought him in a hot minute now since the reworks for sure. So, yeah, I think that'd be fun. It'd be content for both of us. If not Yellow, there are a bunch of other people I could hit up and ask. But basically, I want to find somebody who's either better than me or at least as good as me. Because I don't want it to be a one-sided stomp. And unfortunately, Kun is very, very strong right now, so there aren't a whole lot of people who can fight me at the moment, which is kind of sad. It's okay. We'll get nerfed too. You know what I mean? We saw the Moose nerfs, we saw the Lan nerfs, we saw the Meiwa nerfs. Just please, if you're gonna nerf us, that's okay. As long as we get nerfed with the ranged damage. There's just way too fucking much ranged damage. It's ridiculous. Anyway, those are different topics for different videos altogether. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe if you want to. That's entirely up to you. I don't. It's up to you. Do or do not. Anyway, yeah. Peace out. Goodbye.